How's it going, you guys? AZPlow21 back again with another video here in our UFC save in WMMA 5. And here today we have for you another fight card. It's UFC on ESPN, Reyes versus Davis. Julian, how's it going in the chat? Take a look at our card here. Our main event in the light heavyweight division, Dominick Reyes taking on Phil Davis in what should be a very good matchup in the light heavyweight division. Of course, Reyes is coming off that loss to John Jones for the light heavyweight championship. Phil Davis coming off a very impressive win over Khalil Roundtree and getting a very important test pretty early on here in his return to the UFC. And yeah, take a look at the rest of the card. Abdurakhimov, Duffy, Michael Johnson, Jim Miller, Alex Perez versus Ali Bagotinov. Also got Montel Jackson and Cody Garbrandt and Cody Stamann taking on Nathaniel Wood. Is it true Colby pulled out? Are you talking about in real life? Colby pulled out of his fight with Woodley? That would suck. I was kind of looking forward to that, unfortunately. Oh well. Nonetheless, we have UFC on ESPN, Reyes versus Davis. Let's go ahead and get it started. The show is taking place in New Mexico. Everything else is set up. It's time to get this fight card going. We are working towards UFC 266 St. Pierre versus Luque. We will also have that fight card here for you on this stream. Let's go ahead and get this fight card going. Andre Ewell taking on Joey the KO King Gomez. Andre Ewell 17-6 taking on Gomez, who is 7-2, and Gomez actually gets the unanimous decision victory in round number 3. Very impressive. He praises Ewell for a tough fight, improves to 8-2. Up next, Josh Paiva taking on Rani Sadeh. I believe Sadeh is coming off this is his UFC debut. A flyweight PLMMA champion taking on Josh Paiva, 0-1 in the UFC. And Rani Sadeh getting a unanimous decision victory in his debut here today. A big favorite at -620. An easy win for him, more than likely. And he says he would like to face off against Rio Hata in his next contest. Interesting call out. Moving on, we have Nasrat Haqparast, baby Kelvin Gastelum taking on Roosevelt Roberts. Roberts did miss weight for this fight. You can see just 2 pounds over. He's going to be moving up to welterweights, unfortunately. And Haqparast gets the split decision victory in this one. Uncle Adrian, what up, dog? How's it going? Haqparast gives a show of respect to his opponent. Moving on, we have Magomed Sagid Ali Bekov taking on Devontae Smith. I believe that's in the lightweight division. Devontae Smith, -200 favorite. He is 3-1 in the UFC. And Ali Bekov gets the win via unanimous decision. A nice UFC debut for him here today. And he says he would like to face off against Michel Quinones next. Moving on, Mustafayev taking on Vink Pichel. Pichel's coming off a very good win against Jim Miller a couple weeks ago. 13-2 here. Mustafayev is 14-4. And Mustafayev gets the win via submission in round number 1, improving to 15-4 and to 4-3 in the UFC. Very happy he could get the submission victory over Pichel. Paul Craig taking on Ivan Shatirkov. What did you think of Ryan Bader? Yeah, that's tough. Fedor's protege, yeah, Vadim Nemkov. Congratulations to him. Able to get the win over Ryan Bader. Ryan Bader talking a lot of trash, and he lost his championship. These things happen, but it sucks because I kind of like Ryan Bader. You know, he's a guy who came out of Arizona, too, so a little bit of a, not a hometown boy, but, you know, someone from my state, essentially. Paul Berju Craig taking on Ivan Shatirkov. Shatirkov 0-1 in the UFC already. He lost to Devin Clark via split decision. Paul Craig, on the other hand, is coming off a loss to Klidson de Abreu. And your winner via unanimous decision is Ivan Shatirkov. He's small, though. Yeah, small boy. But, I mean, he was able to get the win anyways. You know? Still beat, though, they would say. The Black Samurai, Alan Baudot, taking on Kennedy and Zekshukwu, we'll say. 2-1 in the UFC, coming off a win over Gordon Berkman. Baudot 1-0 in the UFC, coming off a win over Ibragimov. In this prelim fight, our winner is Nzechukwu, improving to 9-1. The young man out of Dallas, Texas, and he says he would like to face off with Jonathan Wilson next. David Dvorak now taking on Jamie Alvarez in the flyweight division. Dvorak is 18-4. Alvarez is 8-1, the small favorite, and Jamie Alvarez gets the win submission in round number 3. He is now 2-0 in the UFC, and I believe Dvorak's on a 2-fight losing streak. He is. So one more loss and he could be out of here, even in a tight division like the flyweights. All right, Steve Garcia now taking on Giga Chikadze. 12-4 is Garcia. Chikadze is 9-3. And it's a pick-em essentially between the two of them. And Steve Garcia gets a knockout in a fantastic fight. And he's on a 2-fight winning streak as well. Good for him. Chikadze, what has he been up to? It's a 2-fight losing streak for him. Fantastic fight. You always love to see that. What do you think of Nunes might kill after beating Anderson? Yeah, it could happen. I mean, if there's really no contenders at 145 for her, there's really no reason in moving forward with it, especially considering the lack of depth in that division. There's Anderson, there's Spencer. Could they make 135? I don't know. I feel like they'd have to kill themselves to try to make it down to 135. But, I mean, it is what it is. Anderson and Spencer could easily go to Bellator and be competitive in that division, They would have to end up facing off against Cyborg at some point, though, so it could be kind of tough for them. But I feel like if Nunes does win, the 145 division could actually be in danger. Last prelim fight, Mansour Barnawi taking on groovy Lando Venata. Venata is coming off a loss to Nick Lentz. Meanwhile, Barnawi is making his UFC debut here today. And our winner in this final prelim is Mansour, the Afro Samurai Barnawi. We are in New Mexico for this fight card as we go to our first main card fight between Cody, Mr. Wonderful Stamen, and Nathaniel the Prospect Wood. Wood is number 12 in the division, coming off a win over Casey Kenny. And Stamen is number 13 in the division, coming off a loss to Ricky Simone, and before that, a win over Douglas D'Andrade. Stamen, a big favorite here in this one, and our winner via submission is actually Nathaniel the Prospect Wood. So the young Englishman getting it done here in round number 1, mind you. All right, another one that I have my eye on because Jackson had a really good victory early on in this save on short notice too. Who did he beat? He beat Pedro Munoz. He's actually won a couple of fights, actually. So Rayoni Barcelos beat Pedro Munoz, literally a couple weeks apart. Beat Rob Font. Then lost to Dominic Cruz. That was kind of a tough loss for him to take. He's ranked number 17 now, facing off against Cody No Love Garbrandt, who is just having a terrible time. Unlike in real life, where he's coming off that amazing knockout of a Sunstyle. Probably going to fight for the flyweight title against Figueiredo in the coming in the coming months or so. But here, he's on a 5-fight losing streak. He's still mid-level national, so we're not really going to cut him, but I don't know. Maybe he can make flyweight. He actually can't make flyweight. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I really don't think we're going to be cutting Garbrandt unless he were to dip into high-level regional status, essentially. Our winner in the bantamweight division is Cody No Love Garbrandt, getting a knockout in round number 1. So kind of his bounce back fight, kind of like he had against the Sunsao, except this time it's against Montel Jackson. He is asked who he'd like to face next, and he responds by calling out Frankie Edgar, saying he will kick his ass. Garbrandt wants to fight Edgar. That could be interesting. All right, a title eliminator now in the flyweight division. It's Alex Perez taking on Ali Baga Utinov. Baga Utinov is 6-3 in the UFC, number 3 in the division currently, coming off wins over Dustin Ortiz and Rogerio Bontorin. Meanwhile, Alex Perez, young man at 27, 8-1 in the UFC, a 5-fight winning streak. Jared Brooks, Bontorin, Kai Kara France, and a win here, and he's fighting for the title. Alex Perez, a small underdog at plus 140. Who's fighting? Joseph Benavidez, and it's going to be Ali Baga Utinov. wins by TKO in round number 1. Love to see it. We have a new contender, and it's Baga Utinov. He's going to get another shot at the flyweight title. Moving on, Michael Johnson taking on Jim Miller in the lightweight division. Jim Miller, number 17 in the lightweight division, coming off wins over Ismagulov and TJ Grant. And then Michael Johnson, number 20 in the lightweight division, had wins over Trinaldo and Makachev, then lost to Moicano and Kevin Lee. Big fight in the lightweights between two veterans of the Octagon, and your winner is Michael the Menace Johnson, round number 1, getting a TKO victory. Love to see it. These two veterans scrapping for spots in the top 15, and Johnson comes out on top. Co-main event time in the heavyweight division. It's the Irish Car Bomb, Todd Duffy, 13-3-1, 4-fight winning streak, Maurice Green, Juan Espino, Alexander Emelianenko, and then Yair Rozenstruik. He's currently number 11 in the division. He's taking on Shamil Abdurakhimov, who's number 9 in the division right now. Lost to Fabricio Verdum, and then a win over Walt Harris. Duffy is the favorite by a small margin. Might as well put some money on Abdurakhimov. However, Todd Duffy gets the win, knockout in round number 1. 14 seconds left to go in the round. He gets the victory. He praises Abdurakhimov for a good fight. Todd Duffy back in a big way, surely making his way into the top 10. All right, and our main event of the evening now. In the light heavyweight division, Mr. Wonderful Phil Davis, number 8 in the division, a win over Khalil Roundtree. He makes his triumphant return to the Octagon in his second go-round against DOMINICK REYES. Had a win over Anthony Smith, lost to John Jones in the rematch for the light heavyweight championship. And now he's a pretty big favorite over Phil Davis here in our main event. Let's get it going. Referee is Mark Goddard. Hope you guys are all having a good day, whether you're watching on YouTube or Twitch. Thank you guys as always. I'm AZPlow21. Be sure to like the video down below. Be sure to comment and subscribe. Follow me on my Twitch channel. All the links are down in the description below for anything you might want to follow me on. Thank you guys as always. Let's see what goes on in this main event. Both fighters coming forward. Davis scores with a left hook. They're exchanging strikes. Meeting in the center. No success between the two of these guys. Davis setting up a spin kick. Okay. 2 minutes left to go in round number 1. Right hand just misses. Both fighters stepping into strike. Body kick fails to land. Roundhouse, jab and a right hook. Coming into strike now. Left cross just misses. Looks like Reyes isn't having the best time. Water Ninja, hello. Thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it.
Hello.
Hello. Davis hit a counter left hand. Exchange of blows. Meeting again in the center. Quick left hook now. Davis hits a left cross. Vicious right cross from Reyes. Davis is knocked down by that shot. Looking to rain down punches. Reyes is pounding away, and he's locking in an armbar. Why? Again, trying to get an armbar in. Why? Davis is not troubled by them. Weird fight IQ. He had him basically beaten. That is weird. Weird decision. He had him beaten. He could have just pounded away and won the fight there. Sensational right head kick. Davis goes down hard and he's out. And ladies and gentlemen, your winner via knockout in round number 3 is Dominick the Devastator Reyes. Wow, wow, wow. In our main event, Dominick Reyes is your winner. Attendance of 3,000 in New Mexico. Popularity is unchanged all around. Let's see what we want to award this to. Fight of the night goes to Garcia and Shikadze. Performance bonuses. Give one to Bago Tinov. And let's give another one to Michael Johnson. Getting back in the win column in a big way. Nice profit on that. Love to see it. All right. So Dominick Reyes getting a big win in that main event. Love to see it. As we make our way slowly towards UFC 266. Awesome, awesome, awesome. As always, we're going to check our rankings, check our emails, see who you need to re-sign, and then we'll go ahead and end this episode. If you're watching on the stream, stay tuned. We are going to have UFC 266 coming up. And, yeah, who's this guy? Felipe Micheletti. I think when I signed him on my other UFC save, this guy ends up being pretty good. But he looks more like just a kickboxer. Yeah, he's a Brazilian professional kickboxer, as a matter of fact. Water Ninja, thank you again for the bits. Appreciate you, bro. I like doing these big recording sessions where I just record a bunch and then put them up to YouTube and schedule them to, you know, drop later, just so I don't have to worry, you know, all the time about it. Let's see what happens here. Sergey Karatonov retires. All right, so let's go ahead and take a... Ooh. Okay, I thought I was going to say that they were upset. They're not upset. It's just telling me that I need to re-sign with them. All right. At heavyweight, Todd Duffy is number 4. Wow, okay. Why is he number 4? Well, he has a good winning streak. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winning streak. That'll do it. Wow, okay, Todd Duffy getting up there. Abdurakhimov moves down to 14. Overeem is back in the rankings at 16 because he's out. Not that he's out, but he is finished with his suspension, so he is back. We can't use him again. Dominick Reyes, number 1 contender again. Shogun, who was next for the title, but he's just got to wait for Jones to finish that heavyweight title shot. Davis moves down to number 15. Yikes. At middleweight, no movements. At welterweight, no movement. At lightweight, Michael Johnson moves up to 17. And more than likely, Jim Miller is out of the rankings. Nathaniel Wood moves all the way up to 6 after beating Cody Stamann. I mean, yeah, makes sense. Only lost to Ray Borg, who's top 3 right now. Beat Kenny, beat Stamann. But I mean, number 6, really? Cody Stamann moves down to 18. Eddie Wineland back in the rankings. His suspension is also over. At flyweight, there he is, Bagotinov, number 2, our number 1 contender for the flyweight championship. All right. Love to see it. Alex Perez drops down to number 7. Nothing at featherweight. Women's bantamweight, nothing. Women's flyweight, nothing. Women's strawweight, Kaylin Curran needs to be sent down, along with Alexander Albu, actually. Okay, cool. Take a look at our emails, then we'll go ahead and end this episode. Dominick Reyes needs to be renewed more than... absolutely, we're going to renew his contract. Give him 4 fights. It's criminal how much we're paying him. He's only high-level regional. That's probably why. Hack Paras needs to be renewed. Coming off a win in his own right. Cody Stamann, definitely going to re-sign him. He's ranked. Montel Jackson. He's still ranked. 2 fights lost in a row, but he's okay. Give him another contract. David Dvorak. I think he's lost 2 straight. All right. Yeah, I think we're gonna... Yeah, we're actually gonna let him go. Good nights to David Dvorak. Steve Garcia. Give him another run out, but he is not ranked, so he's not gonna get the protection that most other fighters get. We can cut him at any time. And that looks to be it. Rede Globo and Rogers Sportsnet. Let's go ahead and get that done and dusted. All right, cool. Well, that's going to do it for this episode. If you're watching on stream, stay tuned. I'm going to advance forward, and we're going to do UFC 266, St. Pierre versus Luque. If you're watching on YouTube, thank you for watching. I'm AZPlayer21. Thank you. Links are down in the description below for my Twitch, my Twitter, my Instagram, anything you can follow me on. I appreciate you guys as always. I'll see you guys for UFC 266 St. Pierre versus Luque.